Welcome to another episode of Forever Strong. I'm here with my buddy Jeannie.
And I'm here with Mitzi.
And we're just going to do some stuff with you today, but first we're going to start with a warm-up. So let's get started. All right, so let's just kind of give it a little march. Anytime you want to get warmed up in the middle of your living room or wherever you're watching this right now, just want to get going and get that core body temperature so it gets a little bit warm, and keep going for what, a good 5 minutes, Jeannie, until you feel like you...
Yeah, until you break a sweater. If you had a sweater on, you want to take that sweater off.
Yeah. All right, so let's go into a side step. Go right and left and right and left. Let's just kind of a little crisscross with the arms down low first. Abdominals in. Have a little fun.
Yeah, let's have some fun. We probably could have used music for this part.
Yeah.
Think of it. Now, if it's really cold out, you might need to warm up longer. It just depends on how cold you are.
We are in the winter months, and this taping of the
But we have these nice warm lights, so we're not too cold right now.
All right, now let's kind of do some high knees. Just kind of take it slow, but give it a lift. Take your arms off to the side. I like to think about pulling up that knee with your abdominals. Doesn't have to be real high at first. You're warming up. Side, side. Good. Let's do a few more of these. And 2. And 1. And take it to a little front kick. So let's just kind of give a little kick, kick, kick. Arms are going to kind of come front. Give a little kick. You can do same arm or at the same leg, or you can just do opposites and give a little push. Push. Little flick. 3. And 2. And 1. Let's go back with the heel and do a little curl. Curl, pull.
I can do
curl,
that.
Pull. Not going to be able to get to my seat, I don't think, but it's a good stretch through that front of your leg there. Good. Getting warm?
I am.
Me too. Keep coming. A few more. And 2. All right, let's go down to a little bit of a squat here. So down and up. Down, weight back into those heels. Try to keep that chest forward. And up.
Keep your eyes on the horizon so you don't hyperextend your neck.
Yeah, that's a good cue.
Well, I have neck issues, so I remember to say that.
Couple more. 2, and 1 last time. And just kind of keep that little bend in your knees. Let's give it a little twist, side to side. Let those arms just kind of go along with you here, side, side. Keeping that bend in your knees. Feels kind of good to rotate your torso here.
Just my torso, not my shoulders. My shoulders going, no.
Yeah. So what do you do for that then, if that hurts? Oh, well.
I need shoulder replacement, so I never know what's going to cause them to hurt or...
Oh, yeah, shucks. So. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just do what I can.
Always want to do just what you can. And then a little uncomfortable is okay on a stretch and things, but if there's pain, you need to stop that. And your body's saying, no, please don't do that. All right, back to that march again. Give a little march. Pick it up and set it down. Try to stay up on the balls of your feet here, pumping those arms. And you can go around your room if you want in a big circle and turn back around just enough so you feel like you're getting a good warm up.
I think we're good, Mitzi. I think they could stop.
All right.
They want to warm up more.
Yep. Keep going if you want to, but we'll get on with our program.
So we're going to use the big stability ball today, and Mitzi's going to show you some push-ups on the ball. If you don't have a ball, you can do them at home on the floor.
Okay.
And I can show you that as well.
Coming forward.
Make sure you're behind those lights, Mitzi. You might want to go sideways.
Good. Should I go sideways?
I
can do that.
They can see your form.
Watch this. I'm going to do a little turn.
That was a workout right there.
Okay.
A downward facing dog. Okay.
Okay, so lighter. Let's do lighter first.
Okay, so this is easier. If she stays close to the ball, it's easier. It's actually a little bit too easy because that ball's helping you go down. It's not too difficult to push back up. So then as you go forward, she's going to go out into the next room, though. She goes all the way forward. So that's okay if you have your fingertips. I don't know if you can see that, where her fingertips are turned in a little bit. It's a little bit of internal rotation. If that bothers your shoulders, you can straighten them out, but otherwise that's perfectly fine. Mitzi's looking good. Are you breathing, Mitzi?
I am breathing.
You want to inhale down and exhale up. Just make sure you keep that belly pulled up like you're going to zip up a tight pair of pants. Surely you'd be counting for your workout, right?
I'm going to do one more, people.
Look at her go. She's a little bit of a show off. I really didn't want to say that, but.
Okay.
So you want to show them one on the floor?
Sure.
You can show them the easiest version to the medium. Yeah, so just wait. There you go. Yep. I'd offer to show them the one on the toes, but haven't done those for a while.
Yeah, I won't be able to.
So this is the part of your back you want to watch right here. So you want to pull that belly up to make sure it doesn't dip down. And you also want to keep this down and push up into your shoulder blades. You don't want to hang by your shoulder girdle. And oftentimes I see people do that. So it's inhale and exhale. Ooh, I know, Mitzi's getting a workout today. Okay, so we can actually use that ball.
Okay.
And we can do a dumbbell row.
Sure.
All right, so I'll just stand up. So if you want to, you can do it standing here. I kind of like to use the ball, just gives you a little bit of support. I don't want you to put your weight on the ball, but it actually helps you have some kinesthetic awareness, which means you know where your body is in space. Now you can lean over different degrees. It's going to change where you're working in your back. You want to just make sure that you're not so upright that gravity's pushing down here. You want it somewhere here, 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 because you want to fight against that gravity. Now this is way too light for Mitzi, so you want to make sure you find a weight that's going to be a good weight that you do 8 to 12 reps, but you're going to work slowly up to that. So you'd start out low and make sure your form's good. It's always nice to have somebody watch you, because sometimes you think your form's good when it's not. I'm going to do the other side and I'll have you do it again. Actually, I'll give you the little dumbbell you can hold.
All right.
And if you keep your elbow into your side, you have a little bit different portion of your back is the elbow out. Just like you're going to start a lawnmower. Exhale, inhale. Actually, we'll keep going. Maybe if we have time, we'll go through and do a second set. If you do an exercise to failure with weights, you only have to do one set. But again, you want to work up to that. Don't ever just pick up a heavy weight. You will be so sore, you will be very upset, especially with your legs. You want to be able to walk the next day. Sometimes you have delayed muscle soreness where you're not sore the next day, so you think, I'm not sore at all. But then 2 days later, you're sore.
And that's me.
Me too.
Yeah, it delays.
Yes. So you want to make sure you give your body rest. You're actually making your improvements or getting strength when you rest, not when you're doing the exercise. So make sure you don't overtrain and that you rest. Okay, we'll go ahead to lunges, if I can get the words out. I'll have you set that back there so we don't. We showed squats in a different show. Today we're going to show you lunges. If you have a problem with your balance, you might want to hold on to a chair. Again, it's not for you to lean on. It's just there for you if you need it because you're going to fall. When you lunge, I want you to take your feet hip width apart. This isn't your, it is your hips, but these are your hips right here, your hip bones. When I tell people to go hip width apart, they do this. I'm like, boy, they think their hips are really big. So your hip bones, find your hip bones, and that's where you're going to step. I want you to keep that distance between your feet when you step back. That'll give you a wider base of support for your lunge. If you can, I want you to keep your toes forward. If they turn out, which feels better for balance, but I want you to keep them forward, and then you're going to just lunge down and come back up. Come down, back up. I hear some crackling going on here.
Might be me.
No, I think it's me. Now you can come down a little bit deeper. I don't want you to go down all the way to the floor.
Squeezing at the top.
Yes, thank you. So you're going to push out that front heel and squeeze your glute on the top right there before you return down. Now you can go slow down, push up with power. It's a lot harder. Slow down because we're going to resist gravity. Exhale. I want to make sure that knee stays right over that ankle. The longer your legs are, the further your leg is going to have to go back. And we're going to give Mitzi a little bit of weight. We will. Actually, let's go ahead and just use these.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you, you can hold them here, or you can actually do this. I like to hold them here because I have better posture until they get so big I can't hold them on my shoulders or my traps. Just going to do the same leg, then we'll do the other leg with no weight.
Okay, so down.
Good. So So you're going to pull your belly in. You're going to step nice and tall. How's that feel, Mitzi?
Good. Yep.
I like those snazzy shoes.
Little color.
Yeah, got to have color, especially in this dreary weather. Now, when you're watching this in the summertime, you'll be wondering what I'm talking about. What is the temperature today? I guess it was warmer today than it was.
It is. It's melting.
Okay. We didn't do our pulses. Go ahead. Actually, put those down. We're going to do our other leg. So you can do one set with no weight, and then a set with weight. Again, remember I said hip width apart, step back. If you're like on a balance beam, then you're going to be like that. So take that foot out. So we're going to go down. Again, that's just there for your balance if you need it. So you're going to push out your heel. Squeeze at the top. Let's go down slow now. Just slow. Push up with power. So if we go 1, 2, 3, push. So you don't always have to go with a heavier dumbbell. If you can trick your muscles into thinking you're working harder, so you save on your joints by slowing down your reps. Mitzi's going fast for me. Don't beat me to the top. Although she did wait. I guess I have to give her a break. One more. Okay, we'll have Mitzi do that with a weight. She feels kind of good today. So again, if your knees hurt, okay, here's the thing. It depends on why your knees hurt. Sometimes certain doctors will tell you not to squat or not to lunge, and then my question to them is, how will you keep the leg strength or the glute strength to be able to do your daily activities? So that's the question. So you really do have to use these muscles in order to be able to keep, I mean, would you like to be able to go to the bathroom by yourself when you're a little bit older? Then you're going to need to work those muscles. So then you need to find out why they hurt. If you've got arthritis and bone to bone, you need to have either knee replacement or you're going to just have to do it. And I'm sorry, it's going to have to hurt. That's the same with my shoulders. My shoulders hurt, but I still work them just so I don't lose that strength. Like if I'm going to put something away in my closet.
Yeah.
Sad, but true. All right, let's see. You can put those weights down.
Okay.
Now, oftentimes you'll see people correct somebody when they're doing a lunge like this, and they come down like that. They'll tell them their leg's not back far enough. Well, actually, if I take my leg back here and I lean forward, I can get a little bit more of my glute, actually. So it's not a bad, as long as you're straight from your head to your tailbone, you can lunge like that. It actually feels kind of good. You want to try it?
That front hip.
Tell me if you've had too much with your legs.
So I'm leaning, because I usually don't on that one. So down and up.
So you can come in, so you're going to lean forward?
Oh, it's different.
Yeah. We used to always correct people when they did that because we just thought their form wasn't good. What did we know?
Yeah.
You can actually bring your back leg in a little bit too, Mitzi. So it doesn't have to be back as far because you're actually really getting the front glute when you push
I feel
out that
it in
heel.
my hip flexor in my hip when I sit down, right here.
Well, yeah, it's because you're working.
And then push off the back heel. I know,
Yeah.
but to
Well,
push off the
you're
back toe.
pushing off the front heel. So the back foot isn't really doing a whole lot of work.
Okay, so we're focusing on the front.
So
okay.
it's like, so.
I got
So I mean, if you picked that and did like a one-legged squat, it'd be kind of.
This would be like a modified.
Well, it actually can be harder.
It is if you mentally think about your front foot now
Yeah.
instead of your back.
See, she's got it. It's mind to muscle. If you're watching TV or doing whatever while you're working out, you can do that. It just depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to really get a lot stronger, maybe to get some nice muscle. I'm not going to say tone because everybody has tone.
I'm going to do those.
But unless they're dead.
Yeah. I'm going to add that.
So yeah.
Those are good. Those are good.
Perfect. All right, so we can do we'll show some crunches on the ball.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Which way you want me? This way?
Sure.
Better? Okay. Ooh, okay, there. All right.
All right, she's ready to go.
What do you want me to do?
So with your elbows, sometimes you'll hear that your elbows need to be out like that. That actually hurts my upper middle back, right in the middle. So I actually kind of relax my elbows. It's nothing to do with your elbows. It's all to do with where your head is. So we really just want to support the head and neck. So whatever's comfortable for you. Now I want you to think about bringing your pubic bone up this way and your rib cage down, and you'll get quite the contraction. And you want to try to keep doing that with your abs and not your glutes. Our glutes are really powerful, even if we're weak. So I want to make sure you try to relax your glutes and just use your core.
I like to feel the weight of
my. I can see
my
her working. I'm sorry.
I like to feel the weight of my head in
Yeah.
my fingers, so I don't feel like I don't have any pull on my neck.
You can relax your neck, your chin a little bit though. Yeah, that's. I'm glad you did that, because you don't want to lead with your chin. You're going to get all in your neck. I hear a lot of people say, I feel it just in my neck. Well, two reasons. One is because you haven't done it often enough, so your neck has to get used to it. And secondly, it's because you might be leading with your chin. I want you to have it in neutral. So that all came from not wanting you to collapse like this, wanting you to have really good posture. Well, you can have good posture with your chin tucked slightly, not a lot. It all comes back to that, keeping your neck in neutral, unless we're working our neck. Do you want to do some rotation?
Yeah.
Well, she's going to keep going.
So what do you want me to do?
Just do it with your elbow, just
Okay.
rotating, just so they can see it. Good. And you don't need much rotation. Your muscles are here and then backwards. Like if you're going to put your hands in your pockets here and then backwards like that. So some people try to rotate all the way over, and that's, well, not only not necessary, it's maybe you could hurt yourself. You can also decide where you want to sit on the ball. You can go all the way back if you want to, where you're practically hanging. Did anybody see that movie with Rocky where he was
Like this?
where he was
Go back
doing
so far?
curls from a bar, but it just barely, yeah. And actually he did it too. It's incredible. I know you guys are all going to try to do that now, okay? I should have said don't try this at home.
These are good for your obliques.
Yes, exhale. Yeah, and just so you know, you do not have a lower abdomen and an upper abdomen. People always ask how they can work their lower abs. You have one rectus abdominis that comes all the way down to your pubic bone, all the way up here, and they're attached. The reason you can feel it more in one area than in the other is depends on where it inserts and where it attaches. So you can do reverse crunches. We'll do those on another show. But you don't have to. When she comes up, she's contracting from here to here. And she's doing a very good job of it too. Exhale, inhale. So you can go through and do this again, a second set, or again, as you work up to where you have heavier weights, you only have to do it one time, that 8 to 12 reps. So you want the weight light enough you can do it 8 times, heavy enough to where you can't do it 13 times. And depending on how often you work out, what kind of shape you're in, if you sleep well, how you eat, to how fast your muscles recover, to how often you should do the workout. Typically, we start out 3 times a week because we're using lighter weight. So every other day. As that weight gets heavier, you can do it twice a week, spread out like Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Saturday. Or you can break it apart to upper, lower, upper on Monday, lower on Tuesday, upper on Wednesday, back and forth like that. It all depends on you. It's instinctive. Or it becomes instinctive after you do it for a while. So, Mitzi, let's do a deadlift.
Okay. Want both weights?
Yes.
Okay. All
Why
right.
don't you turn to the side so they can see your posture? Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, do you mind showing your knee? Can we?
Nope. No.
Okay, I'm going to show you, when I talk about hyperextension, lock your knee. Okay, that's hyperextended. Okay, that's locked right there. So I want you to lock your joint in place, okay? What I don't want you to do is go ahead and hyperextend it. That's hyperextended. That's what's stressful on the joint. So you don't want to hyperextend. A lot of people hyperextend their elbows. When they're down on their elbows, they do their knees. So you just want to make sure that knee is
Not locked.
I don't want to say relaxed because you can lock it, but if you have a problem with hyperextending all the time, you may want to soften the knee and have a slight bend just till you're used to not doing that. So she's going to tip from the hips and take a bow. Okay, we're not going to move our legs. We're going to just tip, just like if you're going to bow in front of the audience. So you want to find the position for your knees, and they're going to stay where you start. You're going to just tip from the hips. Again, I want that chin. I want the chin down a little bit so your neck's in neutral. You want to keep the weights close to you. This is an excellent exercise for the back. It has a bad rap because people are afraid of it. Some people go down too far. It depends on your body, how far you can go. So it's inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. So you can change the tempo. You can go down 2, come up 2. You can go down 3, come up 1, or 4, both ways. So it's going to work your low back and also your hamstrings. How you doing, Mitzi?
Good. Definitely
Excellent form.
feel it in the back side. It's great.
Feels it in the back side. Are you counting?
No. I'll do 2 more.
Okay, anything you did here that we've done on the ball, you can do on the floor. We didn't really do a chest press on the ball. You really wouldn't want to do a chest press on the floor because your elbows will stop and rest, or they'll be too short of range of motion. I'll have you put those down, then we'll go to the floor.
Okay. I can do a chest press on the ball if you want me to.
Okay, Miss is going to show you a chest press. That was our plan. So follow the plan.
Okay. So, shoulder blades.
So see how she rolled all the way out with her head resting on the ball. She's going to make sure her traps are not by her ears. Okay, and when you come up, act like you got that pyramid. So you're going to start out wider and come up more narrow. Follow that pyramid. Don't go out. We're going to follow the pyramid down. Bend your elbows. And then go out. And we're going to follow up and then go in. So it's not in increments. You're not going to draw a square.
Okay.
You go up and then come down.
So am I doing it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Now this is what I was talking about. So see, she goes past level here on the ball, so you couldn't really do that on the floor. So this is where you need the strength, that first initial push with your chest. But you could get, there's steps, people do step aerobics, things like that. You could use a table as long as you know it's sturdy and it's narrow enough. A lot of tables are too wide. There's other things you can do with the chest, and we'll do that on another show. But you would inhale down and exhale up. Now notice how she has her wrists straight and her elbows are not, she doesn't have them even with her shoulder. You don't want to come right out at where you're level. You want them to drop down just a little bit. Your shoulder will thank you for it. Now see, this weight's light enough for Mitzi. She could probably go all day. But one thing she is working, and you'll feel it more, is her glutes. Because she's staying in that nice tabletop position. You're going to feel it in your glutes before you feel it in your chest, unless you're using a significantly heavier weight. Good. Nice job.
Thank you.
You do a little bit of stretching. You want to do it seated on the ball?
Sure.
And I'll do it standing. So we can take our fingertips, place them right here, and then take our elbows back towards the wall. You just want to watch your posture because your back wants to go like that. So I want you to make sure you pull your belly in, tuck your chin a little bit. So this is hard for me because of my shoulders. And then just breathe through your stretches. Take right here. Want nice deep breaths to get that nitrous oxide into your blood vessels, opens them up, helps to prevent cardiac episodes. I'm not a doctor, I just play one. Whenever I can. Okay, we can reach it right here. Drop your chin down. Mitzi, can you do a little bit of a rotation over there? What you can use is you can use a chair right here, so you can rotate away from the chair, or you can sit in the chair and rotate. Nice. Okay, then you can take a leg straight and stretch your hamstring. So if I'm doing it standing, I can go here and lean forward. You want to just keep your back straight, and you just put it on the floor, and then lean forward. Take your toes down.
Ooh, that's a good stretch on top of the foot.
It is. And if you're standing, push that booty back a lot, and you'll get a really good stretch. Toes back up. Now you can also turn them out because you have those hamstrings that run different directions, the different fibers in the hamstring.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just
then
feels different when you do that. It's good. Good.
And then back right here. Again, I'm going to roll it. Move to the other side. Again, shoot those hips back. The further I go back, the more stretch I get. I dig my heel down like I'm pulling back.
It is so important to breathe too for flexibility, like you said. Because
Toes
if
are
it's
down.
a little uncomfortable, you know, when we
Yes.
stretch and we're trying to get flexibility, your first inclination is like, oh, I got to hold my breath. I can't. And it's the opposite of what we should be doing.
Yeah, exactly. Coming up and take your toes out. So I have to try to remember to relax my shoulders down too. Standing. Missy probably doesn't have that problem.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the center. And round up. You can stretch your quads standing. You can just drop. Can you drop one leg down to the side? It's a little trickier on the ball. Although maybe we'll have some entertainment today.
Boom, boom, boom. I bounce good though.
So you want to pull your knee back behind your other knee and sit up nice and tall, as if you're standing. Mitzi lifts up nice and tall and leans back. Just make sure you keep the abdomen. Okay, I'm just going to do the other side. I just have to try to have my balance here. Okay.
You fall over onto me.
I know, yeah, I'll just hold on to you. Okay. Good plan. That feels pretty good.
Good stretch.
Okay, one more thing you can do standing. You could lean. You can take one leg behind, bring one arm up, slight lean right here. Now I want you to relax, keep your hips forward. I'm going to push out. Now if I rotate like that, if you're afraid of your balance, because you do have a little bit of a balance issue here, then I want you to look down. Okay, the other side. Take the leg behind. So everything's square to the front.
It feels
For
good.
the first part of the stretch. Belly in. Again, I want you to rotate right here. Again, you can look down if that's more comfortable, or you can look up. Okay, you roll those shoulders. Okay, one more time like that. Round that back just because it feels good. Inhale up. Exhale down. Well, Mitzi, do you have any words of wisdom for these people today?
Boy,
I think she does. She's pretty wise.
I got nothing. This was good though. I like just, you know, the episode that we just did, you know, getting your front and your back and just some stuff that you can do. It doesn't take a long time to just do these.
You can actually work out. I show people at my other job, in 10 minutes they can do body parts and be done. Just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Doesn't take very long
No
at all.
hours at the gym, just do it.
You guys will have to let us know what you think.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
And if you want more information about this program or any other exercise programs, you can contact Aging Partners at 402-441-7575.